I was on Facebook and I read where my brother's ex-wife put a comment on her son's wall. My nephew, I believe he's 10, and I know that he should be supporting his children, and I don't know all the details, but I know that on her son's Facebook wall, she typed in capital letters, she typed, "Mama tries so hard, son, to give you kids a good life. Sometimes it's really hard, though, because I don't get any help from your dad. Child support, if we got that for you and your sister, it would really help when you two need things like clothes and stuff. Mama does try real hard to get everything you two really need and then also would like to have. I don't ever even hear from him that he is sorry for not helping with you two, and it would be nice to hear from him how I do a good job providing for you two, since he don't even give $5 a month. He could do something, he just won't." And when I read that, I saw that this anger energy around me, and I realized within that anger what a gift I was receiving. It's unfortunate that my nephew is having to walk the consequences of the non-support of parents in order for me to see a point that I have still existed as. Because if that anger energy is surrounding me, it's only there because I am it, and it can only begin to want to draw me in and suck me in because it's me, it's what I've existed as. And what I did was I stopped and I breathed and I began to write out these memories that I had of when I was the same age as my nephew is now, and I lived with my mom and my stepdad. And about once a year, a couple of times a year, my dad would come and see me, and in between times my mom would say things to me like, we don't ever get child support from your dad, and even when we do, it's not very much. He doesn't care about you, he doesn't love you. And I recall one day in particular when he was supposed to come in and get me, and it was raining outside, and pouring raining, and I remember my mom saying, he's not going to come and get you, it's pouring raining, he's not going to show up. And sure enough, the phone rang and he didn't show up. And there was many times where I just grew to hate my mom. I just hated her for the things that she was saying about him, because it was irrelevant to me whether or not he sent money. What was relevant to me was that I wanted to know him. I wanted to know this other person that was a part of who I am. I wanted to know his expression, and I wanted to experience his hugs, and I wanted to hear his voice, and I wanted to know that he was there to support me. And so the money was irrelevant. And so what's important to us adults as money is not relevant to children. And it is it is obvious when you place something on Facebook like that, it is only to get the attention of the father. It is it's just a way of directing your anger out onto your child to become exactly as you are existing as. And it's interesting because when my mom would say these things, my brother heard these things. And so to now see the actual manifested consequences of the dishonesties that she existed within and as manifest here to be a representation of who my brother has become. And the consequences are just, if allowed, if they're not forgiven, if they're not redirected and stopped and redirected in self-honesty, they're going to continue to manifest for generation after generation. I don't know the details. I don't know why my brother's not supporting his children. But what I do know is that regardless of whether or not you have cash to give someone every month to buy groceries, you should be providing those groceries, because I know my brother's eating, so I know he should be providing assistance for his children. I know the economy is not very good, and I know that jobs are hard to find right now, but you still, children have to eat. And it's you hear a lot about deadbeat dads and deadbeat moms, and the state going after the parents for not taking care of their children. And it's a solution for this is an equal money system. So all you deadbeat dads out there, if someone's called you that, or deadbeat moms, if someone's called you that, stand up and support an equal money system. We could eliminate at least that part of the mind construct of saying, pay your child support. What happened with me was I was already experiencing these feelings and emotions of not knowing my father or spending any substantial moments of together with him. And so then when these things were said in front of me, it just compounded and added more to the already constructed mindset that I was existing as. So it was just like literally just taking a screwdriver and screwing in more of the madness that was already there. So an equal money system would stop that. We would know that our children are going to be provided for from birth till death, and that they won't have to worry about not having food to eat and water and somewhere to sleep at night. And it was interesting to stop exactly at that time, at that moment, when I seen the energy surrounding me, to stop and write out what I was seeing within myself, what memories was coming forth, and see in self-honesty for myself the anger just disappear, just go away, because the anger, the energetic outflows within that anger, the memory of who I and how I existed could not exist. It couldn't even last. It wouldn't. It just shows how it's not real, because to write it out and look at it, because I was able to see that there's really no one to blame. We've all accepted and allowed the current money system with the pressures and the consequences of hunger and poverty. How can we expect over 1 billion people to be starving and it not consequentially affect us in some way? So to be able to look at that and realize that I as well am this, I have existed within this, I've accepted and allowed this, really assisted me in applying self-forgiveness effectively in that moment to stop that anger. And I was able to redirect myself in self-honesty and respond to her and suggest that she remove the comment from her son's Facebook wall, because he didn't deserve that. Why would you want to do that? What point are you trying to prove? And why are you trying to prove it? Children require our support. Children require parents to support them, and in all ways. and to stand up for them and to protect them from the nonsense that is currently existing within this world. And it's really so simple how an equal money system would completely eliminate that part of the construct. And also, because within that, when fathers get behind or mothers get behind on child support and the state goes after them, they get more money put on top of that, because they have to get an attorney, they have to pay court costs, and within that they get to feeling guilt and blame towards themselves, and compounds more. And then what do? They don't even talk to their children. They exist within shame and anger, and then they don't even go see their children. So because of money, they won't even go see them, or they're not allowed to see them. And an equal money system would stop this. And it's very simple, and it's obvious. And the consequential outflows, the manifested consequences, are there. When anger presents itself, stop and breathe and see who you are within it, because the anger cannot even be surrounding you. It can't. Whatever emotion it is, whatever reaction, whatever energy is showing itself for you to entice you to become it, whatever that is, it is only there because somewhere you are it. So it is to stop and apply self-forgiveness, and in self-honesty, write this out. Write yourself out and stop it. Just stop doing that. Stop participating and support an equal money system. Thanks.